I believe Susan was involved in my daughter's death in some way. July 2nd, 2018, my daughter went missing, and 2 days later, my family found my daughter's vehicle in a pond and made a call to the police. When she was retrieved, they found her in the back seat of the vehicle. And she was just so beautiful and so bright. She was in the Army Reserves. She had everything going for her, a scholarship to Radford. She was talking to me the night before about getting an apartment. Susan called the police 3 days after my daughter's funeral and painted a picture of my daughter as if she was suicidal. Told them she wanted to die. Told them she had been hospitalized several times, that she had cut herself before on her legs, which none of that was true. When Susan called the police, it caused chaos. They quickly ruled it suicide. They did no death investigation at all. The private investigators that I hired told me there was no way that that was an intentional suicide. They said she did not drive that car in that pond intentionally. I got access to Callie's car, and we had purchased some luminol and sprayed it all over the back seat and the front seat of her vehicle. There was no blood anywhere but in the back seat. So how does someone drive off the road, jump in the back seat, and bleed all over while it's underwater? There's a lot of evidence that points to Susan being involved. The night before my daughter disappeared, she had reached out to Susan over some argument they had had a couple months before. Around the time my daughter went missing, Susan had unexplained damage done to her vehicle. I believe that she may have ran her off the road in rage. She was jealous of Callie. I believe that she has a bad temper. She's ran her car into people before, so it's not crazy to think that she could have possibly ran her off the road and caused this. She had actually told someone that she was going to go to court to be charged with my daughter's death. I had ran into Susan at a restaurant, and there was an altercation. We argued. She asked me if I killed her, how did I do it? I just thought she was the most evil person ever. Then I asked Susan why did she laugh in my face, and she told me she thought it was funny that I think she killed Callie. I want Susan to know that I believe she was involved in my daughter's death. I want her to know that I do not trust her at all. She has continuously lied over and over again. I don't think she would know the truth if it slapped her in the face.
She didn't reach out to you before she passed away?
She texted me 2 weeks prior to her passing away and told me that she missed me and that she wanted to come and see me.
And how has Diana affected your life?
Diana has affected my life horribly. She has put my name out there as a murderer, which no one...
That you're a murderer?
Yes.
She thinks that you murdered her daughter?
She thinks that I murdered her daughter. I am going to the Navy in February, and she thinks that she has contacted my recruiter. I've had my recruiter contact me and put a delay in my career because I was being investigated for a death.
By whom?
Her private investigators.
Yeah, but I mean the police weren't investigating you.
No.
Right.
Yeah, the police knew that I had nothing to do with it.
I heard Diana, she tried to attack you?
Yes. I was eating at a restaurant, and when I walked out, she was in her car parked beside me. Not beside me, excuse me, a couple cars down. And she had her passenger window rolled down, and she had said something. And as I was walking up to her vehicle, you know, we got talking back and forth, and I told her, Diane, I'll tell you anything you want to know, just so you won't think it's me. She then tried to hit me through her car, through the passenger side of her car, and she told me that I would end up dead in a ditch somewhere. And then she fled off, and I called the police, and they arrested her for that.
Did you murder Callie?
No,
And
absolutely not.
You took a lie detector test?
I took a lie detector test.
Whether you killed her?
Yes.
I'd be a little shocked if you failed this test.
Yeah, I'm not going to fail this test. That's...
Well, let's find out. Let's meet Diane.
You are responsible for my daughter's death in some way. You are nothing but a liar. You lie about everything.
Why do you
don't
think
know
that I
the
had
truth.
anything to do with Callie's death?
Why?
Yes.
One, because you had damage to your vehicle.
From what?
The
From
same
me?
time that she did.
No, that's not true.
2, you slept with.
Proof?
3, you called the police 2 times and lied to them and twisted the story of what I told you.
No, I did not lie.
Yes, you
Trust me.
did.
When you called
Yes,
me that
you did.
day, I
Yes,
would not
you did.
forget what you said to me.
lied.
That is not
You
something
lied.
that I would forget.
You asked 5 times about her toxicology.
You're damn right I asked
Why?
5 times because that's my best friend and I will know what happened to her. That's why.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
What would be her motivation to kill your daughter?
Jealousy.
Jealousy? Of what?
Jealousy, and they had an argument 3 months prior. She hadn't even talked to my daughter in 3 months. My daughter.
But and I don't mean to cut you off. 2 good friends arguing would cause murder?
Yes, yes.
I mean, all
They
my
hadn't
friends would be
talked.
dead then. I mean,
They hadn't
you know.
talked in 3 months. They hadn't talked in 3 months. I believe Callie was going to really, she was going to give some information that could have altered her life.
Altered her life?
Yes,
What
yes.
was that information?
That she was dating someone she wasn't supposed to be.
That she was dating someone she wasn't supposed to be. And then, it's not like she was revealing information that would send her to prison or something like that. She's having a relationship she shouldn't be having.
She
like-
has a bad temper. She has a history of violence.
A bad temper does not make me a murderer.
Did your daughter ever suffer from depression?
No,
or-
she did not. I have her medical records. She had never been diagnosed with anything.
I don't care what she was diagnosed with. I was close with her and I know what she's told me.
Yeah.
So don't come at me with that. I've seen the scars on her body. She has cut herself. She has told me to her
Yeah,
mouth.
she said she cut her legs up to the police. My daughter had no scars on her legs.
You know what? If you were close to her and you gave about her, you would know that.
I was very close to her.
You want to get this off your shoulders, take the test, move on with your life. So you came here and we asked you, did you have any involvement in Kaylee's death? You answered no. Do you know for sure if anyone other than Kaylee was involved in her death? You answered no. The results came back the same to each one of those questions, and it came back that Susan told the truth.
That's good. Well, now I can explore other things, you know, and I won't bother her. I won't communicate with her. I'm glad to know the truth. I wish it didn't have to come to this. But now I have the answers.
When you say explore other things, and as I was saying to her, sometimes the simplest answer is the answer. And maybe your daughter took her own life. I'm not going to say every policeman is the most dedicated and they look, but I don't think in this case that they would just not care and want to find out the truth. You know, I'm not saying you're wrong or anything. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes young people don't reach out, and it's a shame, and they take their lives. And it's a loss for you that I'm sure that you'll never overcome. You have memories, and sometimes those will,
I carry her with me all the time.
and they will comfort you. But I'm sure there's also a deep pain that comes along with losing a child.
Yes, and if it came to that, I would promote suicide awareness. I would be all about it. I didn't want things to get this way. I just wanted to know the answers.
Right.
And I'm
Well,
sorry.
I hope this gives you some level
Yes,
of
it
comfort.
does. It helps. It helps. But I still don't believe she did it intentionally.
That has to be a hard thing to reconcile yourself with, that maybe your child took their own life. I also hopes this helps you, so you can
Tremendously,
move
yes.
on. And again, I hope this helps you on some level.
Thank you.
And again, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
It was very nice meeting you. Good.